Live. Now, ja, ik weet niet actually very good. Okay. Ini foul. Oh no. I'll fix it now. Hmm. Just this. Um, now we're getting somewhere. Now this thing's come again. Um, full screen application. Right. Ini foul. Ah, can't get it to work. Okay, right. Nu te die gewerkt. Warental. Okay. Trying to get it to work. I'm sure it'll work soon. Okay. Final steps now. This. Tarantar. Okay. Alright, it seems it's actually working now. Okay, here we go. Start with the farming. Oh, okay. Again, this time. Really need a high render distance for farming. Go back to the garden. I just wow. Posts. That's not even better in the distance. Flag. Let's see. Man, I hate how the vacuum always points to the middle of the block before actually pointing to the base. It's an annoyance. Yeah, that's all the pastes. Now I just gonna do the visitors real quick. Oh, oh, music room. That's kinda rare. Been a while since I got one of those. Still no overgrown grass though. Okay, let's get what I want. Trumpet sugar 378. Just like that. For some reason he wants mutton. Okay. And strange that the garden visitors ask for animal products. I guess it has something to do with farming, but just kind of strange. Netherwort. Oh, nice. I get the music going from one of these. Nice, 5 mil. Not that much, but still good, I guess. Just for 4.9. Otherwise, who the frick's gonna buy it? Okay, this one. Um, 4 mutant netherwort. Just like that. Accept it. Okay, no meddling contests. Ah, the music rooms are sold already. Just gonna edit the audio. Alright, now you should be able to hear me more clearly. Okay, and here we go. Pest repellent. Let me just get some pest repellent real quick and go also eat the cake. But 5 pound fortune really does make a difference over a long period of time. Oh, portal to redid the escape. Interesting. Actually, I prefer this one. It's much easier to eat all of the cakes now. The only real reason for me to eat the other cakes is so there's always a chance of getting a cake soul, but even though it's rare, I've gotten one in the past. Not worth much, but better than nothing. And there we go. Nice. Now we can actually start the farming. Wow, finally. See, that's the cool. That 20 block. I'm not gonna maintain that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the pest repellent. Disk. Just gonna buy a ton of this stuff. We'll need it later. Alright, now I can apply one and nice. So finally started actually farming. It's continuous farming. Always better with some things before you start. Pastes, then you gotta eat the cakes, then gotta go serve the visitors, then paste it and all those stuff. So it takes a while to actually get started with the farming session. And most of oh JB, I forgot he's even my let's just get this one. Hey, stop around. Okay, back to the start. Let's just go back to where it was. Jerry is a bit of an annoyance during for farming because the Jerrys always require you to go find them first and then you got to get the angle back. Right, and this farming using requires a perfect 90-degree angle of yaw, accurate to, and pitch actually, accurate to 12 decimal spots, so you really need it to be perfect. Took a while to get it like this, so just usually when I see a Jerry, just go back to the start of it. Let's check if everyone of the guilds online. No, I don't. I almost forgot to claim the music room. Let's just do that real quick. Oh no, come on. As always, I always click slash. Oh, I did claim it. Where did I? Oh, I did claim it. I still got this thing though. So I could go do my daily experiments, but that's just always a chance for some RNG props, but maybe a chance for props. It maybe my injury skills. So you can't really get that. Okay. First question of the day. Usually I get those a lot sooner, considering they're not really that rare. You'll get the actual drop chance when you have 3/4 mental armor, but it's pretty high, especially considering you can take about 20 blocks a second. Obviously, as you can see, then there in the top right corner, you're not really maintaining 20 per second, but pretty much impossible to do that. let's put this off. Off. Mm, hmm, something is happening. I'm just freeze. Please don't tell me it froze. Please, no. Yeah, it froze. I don't know what to do about this. Oh shit, it's gonna crash now. Oh no. Like I've had this happen before. Usually I just have to wait for it to resolve itself, but come on, I tell some of the options in the settings menu just straight up crash your game. It's really a pain. Hello? Yeah. Gonna try get it to not crash. Don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try. Usually it just resolves itself after a while. Usually about a minute, maybe less. Already been more than a minute now. All this from clicking one button in the settings menu. It's such a noise. Alright, I'm just gonna close the game. Reopen it way easier that way, even though it takes a minute. Yeah, let's just open Minecraft again. Um, Tarantale. That's everything I need to do. Alright, the game crashed, so I'm just trying to open it back up again. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing in the settings menu and it just crashed the game, so just gonna open it real quick and then we should be back to the farming. Sorry about that, we're back right now. Okay, uh, these mods don't seem to be able to update only Sky and Sky because it's I already updated it to a later version. Skyzels, I don't know what's happening there. It's been this way since they did that one April Fool's update. Weird. Okay, and we're back. Of course. Okay, I'm gonna go do my daily experiments as I need to do those at some point. I don't know, the one day you don't do them is the day you get power 7 or looting 5. So, Always have those. A lot of load. Now, we do experiments. Okay, I got the auto really? I can click the wrong thing. It's 3 then, so oh wow, this is actually like obviously got this one. Let's click the wrong thing again. That happens surprisingly a lot. Again. This one is make a lot of noise. I know there's a silence block you can get, but that's not one. I'm going to get it right now. Sometimes the sounds are cool. Eventually it gets close to it annoying. Power 7 dot right now. I'm going in these next 3 experiments. I'm going to get power 7 over it. It's been so long since I got an RNG. Last RNG was Pure Boost for about 3 months ago now. That's like the only good RNG I've ever gotten. Only one worth more than 10 mil anyway. This one's always annoying because it's so easy to use. That one actually can also easily miss it, but this one only got one. I guess inventory space to pick. The other one at least got 3 perfectly. It's so easy. Stick on the X-axis, but not the Y. You wanna get this one to 6 and then the I forget what it's called, but the one you gotta repeat the pattern, you wanna get to 9 if you got all 3 of the metaphysical serums consumed. Now I'm gonna do super players. This is the one where you can actually get the RNGs, as I'm sure most of you know. Just gotta get the Titanic XP bottle, otherwise can't really do it. These things go up so much, it's like booster cookies, they increase the price so quickly. Okay, here we go. Come on, power 7 everything close. Any piece except those that are like first. Always get Titanic XP bottles here, usually just helps to break even on the experiments every day. Because after resetting them so many times you can easily make a loss. Kinda worth it though, there's always a chance to get 280 mil from these. Never gotten it though, obviously, because infuriates me. Nothing here, nothing. These power-ups, this one is really bad, especially when you're already in championship, but the other ones are good. Okay. I'm not even gonna get the... Ooh! Last I got protection 6! Didn't even notice. Oh wait. There we go. Okay. Nice. I'll be right back. Just gonna make this real quick. Alright, I'm back now. I actually got protection 6 here. That's the latest and luckiest thing I've ever gotten from the experimentation table, so that's always nice. Wait, no, that's fine. I got the first 6 ones. That's, I think, double the value, but this is also nice to get, always. And now I just got to put another Titanic XP bottle for the next super pairs. Reset. I reset 3 times. I reset 3 times a day, meaning I complete this as well 3 times every day. The 4th one isn't worth because it costs you, I think, 500 bits. Other ones you can also argue aren't worth it, but the chance of gambling almost. Yeah, I never gamble in this game. Once I got the I-class archery and dice and gamble away my own sports. Stop doing that as soon as I realized that. Alright, so this one, the secret to this, if you've got all three metaphysical serums consumed, you want to get the chronometron, the one where you repeat the pattern, you want to get that to until the number at the top shows 10, so you want to do it 9 times for the optimal amount of clicks. And this one, Alpha Sequencer, if you got all three of the metaphysical serums consumed, you want to get it to 6. Otherwise, you only get 2 or less clicks from them. 6 or more on this one gives you 3, and 9 or more on the other one gives you. Okay. I just want to have the most clicks possible, as that is how you, what do you call it, that's how you get the real good RNG drops. Because it would be really sad if you saw Power 7 or 825 and then didn't get it. Almost happened to me just now with Section 6, and yeah, luckily I did get it. But it was literally on the final click already. If I messed up on any one of these, I wouldn't have gotten it. That's fine. Yeah, probably not. Never really do. In total, I've gotten 3 somewhat decent tier 6s from this, and never tier 7. Like this, I don't count as a somewhat decent tier 6. Anything worth more than 3 or when it comes to tier 6. When it comes to tier 7, I'd say anything more than 3 is T7s have a 1% chance of dropping from the metaphysical experiments, and if you have a guardian pet with lower on mythic, then it increases to 1.07%. So yeah, that's always useful. Not that it ever really does anything, but there's always a chance. Okay, literally got nothing from that, so it's always chance. Let's experiment. Let's set the experiments again. Alright, here we go again. Alright, now I should have done this here. I need to first make sure I don't miss up these. Alright, let's okay, don't mess up. Alright, lag. Yeah, now doing experimentation table on 300, 400 ping constantly is such a noise. Ping always fails you because you don't okay, yeah, they're running out of time, just like that. Don't even mess it up, click everything correctly just because I don't know, I ping it fails me. I say got the right time in ping, it's just a nuance, I don't know why it does. Maybe it's intended for people who don't use mods to choose this. Of course, if you remember it in the correct amount of time, but you didn't see how that people have done. Asks mods are allowed on Alex. I'm sure if you keep on Skyblock stream, you know this, but certain mods like the ones I'm using are allowed. That's nothing that they got all set of rules on it. You do use mods at your own risk, so be careful what you install. It's really easy to get rapid from them, but just be careful when installing anything. Yeah. So, okay. The mods I use for this, I can't remember what mod actually shows you this stuff. It's either NU or Skyface. Certain it's not Sky Annie because I had this before and installed that, but it's one of those two. Very useful in doing experimentation. For like a couple years I didn't use mods, which I'm kind of stupid for not doing that, because it really helps so much. Do I get anything here? Probably not. There's always a chance of fire signal. Ooh, growth 6! That's actually... I've gotten 2 of these in the past. That's actually the rarest thing I've ever gotten from experimentation table. And most valuable, of course. That's always nice. Nice, always nice to get one of these for growth 6 or something like that. Seems like the stream is boosting my luck in some way. Most streamers say they don't have luck on stream, but to me it seems so far, this is my first Skyblock stream, it seems it's been the complete opposite. Luck is a very limited experimentation table. Oh no, they already reset it again, that's not worth it to do it the last time, but yes I did it now. I might as well roll for a luck drop. Just got the growth 6 and the power and the protection 6, so that's like all you need to make a really decent armor piece. Total profit I made today is about, I think actually over 10 more, because the rest of the money I spend is made up for by titanic XP bottles. Yeah, I actually think for once I'm gonna have decent profit from the experimentation table. No one's really watching at the moment. Obviously, this is my first stream, so I can't really expect anything. Yeah. Right. Experimentation table is always worth it for the first 3 times you do it every day. The 4th time is just the last time you can do it. Really isn't worth it, because 500 bits is really a lot. 500 bits is about 500,000 coins, if not more. Maybe a bit less, actually. Yes. Actually no, I think depending on what you buy, it could be more or less. Kind of just depending on what you buy. Oh yeah, but now, what do we get from this one? Probably nothing, but as the previous ones have shown, always a chance for something decent. Titanic XP bottles are always nice, they usually have to any glass for you to make that day. Why is this thing's bizarre by 36 mil? Probably not manipulation, happens a lot with inexpensive P6s like that. Any actual enchantment books. Just take it ways it's actually worth something. Don't think that protection is, but never know, there's always a chance it's actually worth that much. I've seen previously seen those are really not worth much. So, my guns. That's everything I gotta do. Nothing else that was there, so bad. Alright, total profit from experimentation table. Well, yeah, about 10 mil. Alright, what's gonna message? Alright, just gonna say always do your experimentation. What did I do now? Experimentation ago made criminal software. Alright, now that I've done all the experiments for the day, almost at 100 meters actually. Always nice to reach that. Most I've ever been at was, I think, 400 more, but then I accidentally clicked one wrong button and, well, let's just say it got me green thumb 5 on everything, and now and I spent 324 million points on it, but had to get it eventually, so it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm gonna start farming here, even though it's not fully regrown, because I still right now, so dive up where I was. Or I could just set my spawn wherever spawn area and just put up the spawn. I'll only get placed before Jerry. Jerry like much more common. Jerry's not even like that much. In the early game, Jerry is really helpful. Can make you a couple million extra every hour. But when you get to this point where you're like making 70 million out from farming, it's really not that good. More of an annoyance at that point because Jerry really just forces you to go out of your way to go kill the Jerry. And that is just always really annoying. Never a time. Always when I farm, I kinda prefer farming when it's not Jerry, but you know, why wouldn't you? It's free extra points. Just because of the hassle. Alright, I actually forgot about the opportunity event right now. I'm gonna go get the eggs. Chocolate factory, I'm really far behind with it. I haven't really been able to get eggs. But oh yeah, I always forget. I think Goldmine is actually better for eggs now, ever since they added more locations in the Crystal Hollows. You don't really want to go out of your way to find all of them, and I don't think Skyrim is updated to show them, but you know, I'm not sure on that, but we'll see. Doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna do it here. Found sometimes if you're not near the edge, just touch Warforge, and it's well, actually right here this time. Sometimes it's a bit further away, but this time it's right there. Ooh, epic rabbit, that's cool. If my movement looks a little bit weird at times, that's just because I'm using my farming controls currently. So yeah, kind of difficult to actually do other parts of the game. There's the next one. Alright. Seems like this guy isn't able to use the drill. No, he's not the correct on the mountain level. I'll just paint drill. This many drills you can use as your first drill. Not just two. No, this is way better than drill watching. It's just it's just like that. Oh wait, no, I didn't get the breakfast egg on my stupid. Yes, I am very good. Let's go get it. I think about one of the eggs. Oh, it's there. This one is always nice. It's really easy to get. Oh, I think someone just dropped the phoenix command. It's always cool if someone drops a phoenix, but obviously it's really rare, so it doesn't happen that much. I'm just gonna go over here to this part of the farm, as I know everything here is redone. Or not. Let's see what part is as redone. I think I right here. This part is fully redone, so I can actually farm here without messing up my blocks per second. always want to maintain as close as possible to 20 blocks a second. Even farming 9.5, that still uses 5% of your total profit per hour. So if you were to be making 10 million per hour, you'd make 9.5 million at 19.5, or sorry, at 19 blocks a second. 19 point, is it? Yeah, 19 blocks a second is 5% less than 20 a second, which means making 10 million an hour. Change it to make, let's just get this Jerry. Set my spawn over there, and then I can just go over here. And oh, and hey, stop running, you stupid Jerry. Filthy Jerry. Die. Nice, there we go. Just use the hotkey to teleport back, and then we continue farming. As if nothing ever happened, except something did happen because that Jerry just gave me 100,000 points. As I previously said, 100,000 doesn't really matter if you're making 70 million out from farming, but yeah, it's better than nothing. Also, that thing in the top left saying I'm making 12, 13 million out, that's inaccurate. It doesn't count RNG drops like the melon RNGs or squash, so it's completely inaccurate. That I think it's closer to 17 million an hour. Last time I did a test, which was quite a while ago, it was 13 million an hour, but my setup was way worse than back then, and I didn't really maintain anything close to 20 blocks a second. Now I can do much better, and I got about, my million fortune right now is actually over 1,600, which is pretty decent. I think max million fortune, I'm not really sure what is max million fortune without the fairy buffs. I think it's around 1,700, maybe a bit less, maybe 1,650. Obviously, I'm only reaching those amounts right now is because of atmospheric filter, which gives, let's check, I don't remember if it's 20 or 25. I think it's 25. Yeah, it gives 25 farming fortune during the summer, which is always quite helpful. Usually the way I do the math is just say every 5 farming, every 1 farming fortune is 100 of 10,000 extra points per hour, so 25 is about 250,000 points extra every hour, which is very helpful. That's like consistent, that's not RNG or anything, that's consistent extra money. Why would you say no to consistent extra points per hour, right? Even though the initial investment is a bit much, it also does help with magical power, which does increase your strength, and that with mushroom bait increases your farming fortune directly, so literally no reason not to have it unless you're like, there's like cheaper options for you, like let's say I only got melon armor, obviously get the other armor sets given you got the requirement. Obviously get the other armor sets before you get the atmospheric filter, because it is just a temporary buff and it's quite expensive. But I actually got mine from Best Drop, doesn't do atmospheric filters from Bests right now, and every time it's quite exciting. Sadly I did get them after that paste bug that you could like get a ton of paste, so the price had fallen by more than 50%. They were like 50 mil, and when I sold one of them it was like 18 mil, so that's a bit of upsetting. If I only have I'd gotten it a couple months earlier, I would have gotten way more money for it, but one of them it doesn't really matter as I just kept it. Still its value is still less. I don't know what they're actually worth right now, let's check. Okay. And then there's not many of them. Wow, it fell even further. That's annoying. I see the game audio is a bit too loud. I'm just gonna tweak that a bit. Let's just do this. Decrease this one to right here. And now it should be able to hear me more. You should be able to hear me better. Let me see, is the audio better now? Now. Alright, it's better now. Sorry for the echo, it's just I'm testing the audio right now. I'm gonna turn this thing's audio back down now so you won't be hearing the echo anymore. Now it should be working perfectly. Um, Usually I sell the melon sack. I sell it around 100 mil. So obviously I just sold it a while ago before farming again. So it's quite low, of course, right now because I just started farming. And when it's back at about 100 million coins, I'm gonna sell again. Honestly, the difference between sell offering and just insta selling anything to do with farming is so little, except maybe the RNGs from visitors. But the difference you can actually notice from that is so little, it's just not worth it. So I usually just insta sell as it's not that much worse and it's way less of a hassle. It takes less time and it's just one button. You don't have to take everything out of the sacks and sell that and blah blah blah, pretty much everything. However, some stuff that are definitely worth sell offering is obviously the visitor RNGs. You make a couple mil extra on those, and also actually green thumb if you're gonna buy that with your copper you get from the visitors. It makes quite a bit more if you offer those than insta selling them. But there are quite a bit of things in this game that you would rather insta sell, like the farming stuff and most of the Slayer stuff, except obviously RNG drops, which most of them go on the auction house anyway, so don't have to worry about that. Of course, any books you get from the experimentation table, those are usually better. Jerry, just set the spawn again, and then we'll go get it. Where are we? Alright. Purple Jerry. Better than the constant green Jerrys I'm getting, eh? Let's just get it. There we go. Back to farming. Only thing with Jerry's and the six spawn, I think it's a bit of a hassle to get back to the start of your farm every time. As usually I just set it to the spawn location to the start of the farm. Unless there is a Jerry, I don't really have to leave the farm at all. Oh well, let me just drink some water. Speaking. No, well, that should be better. I usually go clear pests at around 3 or 4. 4 they start giving you 5% less farming fortune. At 5 it's 15% less, so you definitely want to clear them before 5. However, usually I just wait until 3 or 4, and then as soon as I reach the end of the farm I go clear them. That way I don't have to do any funky stuff with the slash set spawn and anything like that, so it really helps if you set your spawn point to the start of the farm and then just go clear pests as soon as it reaches 3 or 4. Really don't have to clear them at 1 or 2. Obviously it is a bit annoying when they get to 4 because you make slightly less money, but really isn't that noticeable. Right, now I'm just gonna go back to the start of the farm without changing my angle. I do have Sky so I can just lock the angle, and no matter how much I move the mouse around it doesn't change the angle at all, so that really helps. Right, I'm not even at the start of the farm anymore. Yeah, just doesn't seem it's fully regrown yet, but that isn't much of a problem. Doesn't really make much of a difference. It's just let's slash set spawn here, because obviously that helps. Nice. Now I can continue farming as usual. There is actually a melon contest in 9 minutes. Make sure to participate in that. I think after the melon contest is done, I'm gonna end stream. It's getting quite late over here. Then tomorrow, I'll see if I have time. If I do, I'll do another stream tomorrow. Other than that, we'll just do the melon contest. So, in other words, I'm ending stream in 30 minutes. Yeah. Not that I see. Oh, oh yeah. I always get confused. If you hold shift with any U, it shows you the stack price of items. And then for a second, I thought purple cherry boxes were 32 mil, but obviously they're not. Alright, just like that. I don't know, weird to me how they made shift the button for that, as you really press it a lot for shifting items, obviously. Also, the ding sound from getting XP is sometimes a bit delayed after actually breaking the block because I am on I just I'm on 450 ping. I know the Wi-Fi is really bad at the moment, but it should be better real soon. Oh, crazy drop. First one of the day. Even though getting those only give you like 100,000 coins, obviously is still better than nothing, and that 100,000 makes up over time. I've easily gotten over 100 of those, so that means about 10 million coins made from crazy rare drops alone. That's not even including any other rare drops you could get from this. Squash actually makes a lot. I am considering getting another piece of fermentor armor as that increases your chance of getting squash and gives you. I think it's less fun. I know it's slightly more farming fortune than Rancher Boots at farming 60, which I am farming 60. Before that, it's quite a bit more, and even at farming 60, full fermentor is still more than Rancher than using Rancher Boots. So is worth it, but the convenience of Rancher Boots of being able to set your maximum speed and not actually accidentally trampling crops, that's quite useful, so I don't think I'm switching anytime soon. Also, then I'd have to get another Pest Terminator book, get another set of gemstones, get everything again, and lose a ton of money selling, because obviously once you apply anything, its value drops significantly, except of course gemstones, because those you can just remove from the slots for not a lot of coins at all, and then just sell them on the bazaar to make just just shy of what you paid from them back. Of course you're making a bit less, but that doesn't really. Currently, currently I am using the mouse to farm. I'm using a Logitech G502 mouse, so I do have a bunch of side buttons. Therefore, I'm using left click to go left, right click to go right, and then the side buttons I use for breaking blocks, going forward during lane switches, and right click when I have to consume pest repellent and do anything else like actually go vacuum up the pests. Because I don't change back the farming controls just for doing pests or whatever. Just way too much of a hassle to change everything back. In the Lego brrr. Ooh, squash. Usually I don't get excited over squash, but I've gotten so little RNG drops today. I don't even consider squash an RNG drop. Just better than nothing, obviously. It is an extra 100,000 coins. Squash actually gives you the same amount of money as a crazy rare drop. Oh, Jerry. Let's get the Jerry. Jerry, come here. Thank you. Now I punch you 3 times and then you die. Thank you very much. Back to where I was. Oh, melon contest is now in about 5 minutes. Obviously, I'm gonna participate in that. After that, we're ending the stream. I'll test the audio real quick, so sorry if there's any echo. Test the audio real quick, so sorry if there's any echo. Yeah, my the audio is a bit bad. I do have a microphone, just don't know where it is, so I'm just gonna try find it tomorrow, and maybe then it'll work better. Yeah. Really amazed me when I turned on that setting that shows you how many coins you've spent on visitors. 492 mil. I've only gotten back about 200 mil from the copper because the only RNGs I've ever gotten are two music rooms. One of them were actually today, which was pretty interesting. Got that on stream. But really, the visitor RNGs are so rare. I did the math on one of the overgrown grass. I should have gotten one by now. Like I've had a 70% chance, over a 70% chance of getting one already, but somehow I didn't. Guess I'm just unlucky as always. Never lucky in this game. Only real RNG I've ever gotten was a tier boost core, and that was like 6 months, not 6 months, 3 months ago. Which is obviously quite a while, but still was very nice to get that. I was really surprised. I was just like randomly killing zealot bruisers. Um, I used to do zealots way more, but back when only zealots were a thing, back in 2020 actually, I did them a lot because you could make pretty decent money back then. Back then it was actually one of the best money making methods in the game. Obviously then farming, mining, even dungeons, all those stuff came along, and now zealots aren't even close to being a decent money making method anymore. But one day I was just grinding kills for Final Destination, and then out of nowhere I dropped a tier boost core, which was really surprising to me. I don't even remember if I had 100 kills on the instant protector because or on zealots to spawn it, because that obviously increases or decreases how high you have to place to actually be able to get the tier boost core. It doesn't actually change the odds, but with if I remember correctly, with 0 kills you have to get first, with 50 to 99 you have to get second or first, and with 100 or more kills you only have to get top 3. So that always helps. Try get as many as you can. But what helps more is not doing zealots at all because they make no money. I've been playing this game for around 4 years now, so I do know quite a bit about it. If you're wondering why I've so little progress in 4 years, that's mainly because I took a 2 year break at some point, and then um, how you call it? I started a new profile after that, so it reset all my progress, of course. I am actually about 4 times further in terms of net worth on this profile when compared to how far I was in the previous one, but of course. And then I did have a few profiles in between, like a stranded one I did, and then other than that I had a profile I played on for 2 months or something, which wasn't really that, um, didn't really get that far, of course. Did get to about 300 million net worth before starting this one. Other than that, that's about it. There's nothing else I can say. Oh yeah, million contest literally right now, so I'm gonna slash set spawn. Then I'm gonna go get pastes so they don't bother me doing the contest. Paste where are we? I don't know. I only got a couple seconds left. Okay, just gonna clear one paste. There shouldn't be spawning more than that. I'm gonna hand in all of the paste from my vacuum bag to Philip over here. Then after that, gonna go back to the farm. Drink harvest harbinger potion. Use that. Now I'm trying to get a new best finish in this farming contest for melon, but of course that's quite difficult. As my previous best finish, I had 3 of the rarest drops you couldn't get from melon, so yeah. Those are about the 1 in 100,000 chance, so I don't think I'm getting 3 again this in 20 minutes, but there's always a chance. Also back then my setup was way worse, like I only had about 1,200 farming for total melon fortune back then. Now I have, for this contest, I have over 1.86 thousand. I have exactly 1,857 million fortune for this contest, if I'm doing that math right. Which is obviously way more than I had back then, but still those 3 ultra rare drops really do make a difference. which is a bit difficult to open the water bottle for me, because obviously they can only have one and three then. This point I'm just gonna leave it open because way too much of hassle while farming to open it. Not much happening right now. Obviously it's farming, not much you can expect to happen. Only real exciting stuff that can happen from farming is literally any RNG drops you can get from it. But as I previously said, Jerry, I haven't really gotten any good RNGs from farming. Obviously, no wild strawberry dye, but that's to be expected as it's a 1 in 150 million chance from each um, million block you break, or whatever crop you're farming. 1 in 150 million chance on each block of whatever crop you break. Of course, it doesn't matter what crop you're farming, your chance to get it is always the same, as 20 blocks per second is the maximum for every crop in the game. It only really depends on the farm you're using and of course, how good you are at farming, because sometimes, and obviously if you're actually paying attention to it, like now I'm paying full attention to farming and not watching anything in the background, so I should be able to maintain um, over 19.6 blocks a second constantly. Some people in my guild actually maintain over 19.7, 19.8, which I honestly don't know how they do it. I think they got a specialized farm which lets you break blocks during lane switches. So even if I had that, I don't think I'd be able to get it. The only reason it's still that high right now is because I haven't done any lane switches yet, except for one. Before a lane switch is obviously 20 blocks a second. I've actually memorized the x coordinate on how far I am on the in the farm. So when the x coordinate says negative 179, then I know this is the last lane of the farm before I have to actually go back to the start. So that's how I know, and that's how I don't get confused when trying to lane switch at the last part of the farm. There we go. Another thing about melon RNGs is they're really bad for the first two, the most common two you can get, and then they get exponentially rarer for the last two, and of course exponentially better, especially during contests. I know I'm at freaking 1.8k farming fortune total, and I still oh, there I'm on diamond now. I'm gonna lose because I have to go back to the start of the farm, and mostly I don't have my spawn point set there because I changed it for a Jerry. Yeah, but for the rest of the contest, I'm not gonna do Jerry's unless it's golden Jerry. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. So, nice. Back to the farming. Water, of course. Wait, did I just get macro checked? No way. I think I just stopped golden lift. Let's wait. Yep. I've never actually been macro checked, except maybe one time, but I can't really remember. I think it was just me forgetting to hold the button, and I thought I was microchecked, or actually I accidentally scrolled and I thought they changed my outpost slot or something. The rate at which they do macro checks is really not enough, and of course some macros have adapted to be able to actually complete the macro check, which is actually a huge problem for the game's economy. Honestly, that's what's responsible for most of the inflation in the game. Obviously, not really for booster cookies. Of course, it did contribute to that. The main thing with booster cookies is obviously you have to spend real money to bring any of them into the economy, and not many people want to spend real money on a game that's way less popular than it used to be a couple of years back. Still, I wouldn't say Skyblock is dead by any means, but is still, of course, way less popular than it was in 2020 or whatever for obvious reasons. I do think it's gonna start climbing back up after the foraging update. However, I also think the foraging update won't be coming out in the next 2 months. I think if I had to predict, I'd say the foraging update would drop somewhere near December. That would make the most sense for them to release it around that time. But could be earlier, could be freaking 2026, you never know. That update has been delayed so many times. Oh, not really delayed, it's just been waiting way too long. So yeah, quite interesting to see, well, to be able to see how that's gonna play out, but I'm really excited for the foraging update. It is one of those skills that really need a revamp. Many people consider it to be the worst skill in the game. Personally, I'd consider, um, this is not gonna sound really good, but I'd consider dungeons the, not worst skill in the game, just the hardest to get into, because of course the setup is quite expensive for later floors, and learning secrets is a pain. I've never really actually tried. One time I did try learning a couple, but gave up as soon as I couldn't even find the first one, so never going back to that. Maybe when I install Dungeon Rooms mod I'll try doing it again, but that's gonna be after I obtain Hyperion. Doing dungeons before getting one is really annoying. Obviously I have to, because you need Catacombs 24 to actually use it, or I should say floor 7 completion. Floor 7 requires having Catacombs 24, so you do need it eventually, but getting a Hyperion is just one of those things. I've never actually gotten one on any profile, but from what I've seen and what I've read, it's really one of the most useful things you can get in this game. Obviously not for farming. Farming, the only weapon you really need is a vacuum. There's no actual monsters on the garden, except the pests, which you can only kill with a vacuum. However, I do recommend your first big purchase in farming is the infinite vacuum move areas, like this one. Because a buzzing fury vacuum varies, of course you need that reforge to actually be able to one-shot earthworms, especially because if you're not able to one-shot an earthworm, then they're gonna cause you so much trouble, because they actually teleport away if you don't one-shot them, and then you gotta find them. Luckily they don't teleport further than outside of the plot they originally were. So yeah, it's important to have a vacuum that can one-shot them. During Derpy, it's actually impossible to one-shot an earthworm, as the maximum damage, which I can actually achieve with this vacuum, I think is 605 without, I don't actually know if any temporary events boosted. Maybe Jerry. We'll find it now, because Jerry is actually there. I'll test it when I go vacuum up another paste, which I'll do after the contest and then on the end stream, as I've said previously. Kind of starting to sound like a broken record at the moment, because I keep saying I'm ending stream after the contest. Of course, some people leave, some people come back, some people join the stream for the first time and then they don't know I've said that in the past, so I still just say it so everyone knows. Jerry, I'm not even gonna try find it, because it's a contest at the moment and that's just downtime. King Jerry is also just 100,000 coins, which is not worth it at all. No, and switch. I am using only the mouse to farm at the moment, with its side buttons, of course, to click any other buttons that you have to press to farm. Melon is actually one of the more button-heavy farms, because you have to go forward as well. With farms like netherwort, pumpkin, oh not pumpkin, sorry, netherwort, wheat, carrot, potato, mushroom, even sugarcane actually. Those you don't have to go forward or backwards ever. So actually with, I don't know, but like you only have to hold two buttons. That's what I'm trying to make, but yeah. Mushroom is in my opinion the easiest thing to farm. Before I actually started farming it, because I found it until farming 40 as it's the most efficient for XP, and you really don't want to be farming melon before farming 40, because that's the point where you unlock fermenter armor, which really gives you a ton of extra farming fortune. And without that, you really shouldn't be farming melon. You should actually be focusing on your farming XP, doing all the visitors. That's actually one of the biggest mistakes I made with farming. It's not doing the visitors until I reached the point of doing melons, which was after farming 40. I think I actually just started doing visitors after farming 45, which I think if I actually served all the visitors before I reached that, like if I did that from the start, then I would have reached farming 60 maybe a month earlier. Maybe not that soon, maybe 10 days earlier, which would still make a huge difference in how many coins I'd make, but yeah. And then, who knows, knowing my luck, I would have definitely gotten an overgrown grass or dedication 4 or something during the visitors I all just denied or just left standing there. One of the annoying things with visitors is getting the spaceman, even if you get it in melon, which is the best one to get, then assuming you're gonna farm all the crops yourself, it's still way better to just sell the crops than get the space helmet and sell that, because space helmet is worth, I think, wait, no, I shouldn't do that, it's from contest, I think it's about 700, 800 mil, and obviously it's designed so the crops, if you sell them to NPC, then they'd be worth 1 billion coins. So it's never worth it to do Spaceman unless you really want the fancy color changing glass block, which can be put in your head slot, which I guess makes it a helmet, but I don't really consider it a helmet. It's just a glass block that you can put on your head. Kind of depends on the definition of helmet. To me, it's any item in the game that you can put on your head that actually gives you a stat boost of some sort, like Warden helmet or Fermento helmet or even stuff like the blocks, like the ones I've just mentioned, the player aids, which don't look like helmets, I still do consider as helmets because they do give you a stat boost in some way or give you more defense or health or something like that. So, but space helmet is just a glass block that changes color. You can't really do anything with it. But I guess you could consider it a helmet if you really wanted to. Farming is one of those skills where you really just hold two buttons. The only entertaining thing, I guess, that you could take from the stream is the commentary. Although I do admit it is a bit bland. Yeah, farming is just not one of the most entertaining skills you could do. If you ask me the most entertaining skill to watch, well, I don't really think you could count it as a skill, but if you ask me Slayer, the reason I don't say dungeons is I still don't understand what's going on in dungeons, but Slayer is really entertaining to watch, especially Blaze and Enderman Slayer. Obviously, it gets way better with the higher tiers of those. Watching T1 Enderman Slayer is really boring. It's about as boring as farming, honestly. Nothing really happens, you just one-shot the boss every time. And not one-shot, just in the amount of phases it has. So I think 3-shot is really not the most entertaining thing to watch. Tier 2 Enderman is where it gets exciting, and Blaze is always interesting. It's got some unique gimmicks. T1 is still a bit boring as you just use Hyperion to farm it, but anything above that, anything else does way less damage. I think any weapon that's not the Blaze Daggers does like 1% of the damage that the Blaze Daggers would do to the boss, so 99% less of what they do to anything else. Sorry. But yeah, for anything above T1 Blazes, you really don't want to be using anything that's not one of the daggers, or actually you need both of the daggers, because obviously Blaze Slayer bosses have different phases in which they require different daggers, but yeah, you really do need both daggers once you start trying to do tier 2 and above in Blaze Slayer, of course. Don't try using Blaze daggers for anything else. They're really bad for literally anything that's not Blaze, as you could expect. In fact, I'd say all of the Slayer weapons are really bad for anything that's not that Slayer, because they're obviously specialized for that Slayer and nothing else. I am also excited to see how they will do the foraging update, like, will they make Hyperion be the best weapon in the entire island for all of the combat features, or will they make some unique stuff where Hyperion is not the best for that, because I do think it is way too good for, not for its price, it is of course the most expensive weapon in the game, excluding Enrager of course, but is like way too good to be a weapon in this game, and I do think it should be balanced in some way. However, only real way they can do that is to add more content that is where it is not the best weapon in the game, like maybe revamped Sven Slayer, so you can't use, well, you anyway can't use mage damage for Sven, but like, yeah, I think just adding a Sven T5 would balance Hyperion a bit, because you obviously can't use any mage weapon on Sven Slayer, because they're immune to ability damage, of course. So I do think just adding a T5 Sven with the foraging update, which would make sense, as Sven is also anyway mostly done in the park, in the Howling Cave, so when they update foraging, they're obviously gonna get rid of the park or maybe just change it significantly. But I think then they should add another Howling Cave, also another Jerry, which I'm not gonna go. But I really think they should add 25 with the foraging update and make the Howling Cave way larger, as currently it's one of the most competitive areas in the game. Just hype mages running around killing all the wolves, not letting anyone else have a chance. But yeah, other than that, I do think Hyperion is a bit unbalanced at the moment. Only thing that really rivals it in any way whatsoever is Midas Staff, which is just cheaper Hyperion if you think about it. Obviously, it doesn't have any healing or teleportation abilities. The minute contest is coming to an end in 2.5 minutes, at which point I'm gonna clear pests and then we'll end stream. If I do have time tomorrow, I'll do another stream then, but we'll see. We'll see. I am actually right now at 100 million coins. If I withdraw the 2.4 mil from the bank, I'm just letting it sit there. Don't really know why, just letting it sit there. It does accrue interest over time. If I want it to be optimal, I deposit an extra 13 mil in there, so it does give maximum interest for level 1 bank. I think I'm actually gonna do that when the contest ends. Actually, yeah, I'm doing it right now because I'm gonna forget that I'm anyway not getting any best from this contest. So let's just deposit an extra 13 million coins. Hey, deposit. I'm clicking the wrong button. No. Now it's at the maximum it needs to give max interest for the level tier 1 bank. The reason I'm not upgrading is because I don't really need to store the coins. I always have a cookie active, and if for some reason I do not, and it catches me in the one time that I don't have it active, I do literally always have a perfectly repaired piggy bank. I'm really paranoid about losing half of my coins, so I always make sure to have precautions in place to make sure I do not lose half of my coins. For obvious reasons, you know. Who would want to lose half of their coins? Except maybe someone who wants to go buy an high-class Archfiend dice. At that point, you're just asking for half of your coins to be removed. Does help with inflation, so thanks to anyone who, I guess, is gambling everything away. In Skyblock, of course. Real life gambling is literally just burning money. Obviously, you can get lucky, but I mean, really, the odds are so phenomenally stacked against you. You really don't want to be gambling in real life. Even in Skyblock, the odds are stacked against you when using Archfiend dices. Alright, the main contest is ending in a couple seconds, so yeah. Then I'm just gonna clear pests and do the visitors, and then we're ending the stream. Never know, maybe there's a overgrown grass in one of these visitors. Maybe even the one that's not in the queue already. The sixth one is a librarian, and it gives me dedication 4. But the chance of that is literally about 1 in 10,000, because getting librarian is about the 1 in 50 chance if you have all visitors, and getting the occasion 4 from it is around the 1 in 200 chance. Alright, here is the paste, so let's just clear it, and the farming contest has come to an end right now, so just go clear the space. Okay, let's test if Jerry does in fact increase vacuum damage. Let's see. 608 damage, I think it was. I didn't see clearly. Let's go do another one to make sure. I think it's going to be difficult to see because it's underground, under the farm, I should say. It's a locust, so they keep jumping around. So let's test it. I do think it was 608, but this one will be able to see clearly. Some more. Yeah, 608 damage. So I do think that increases vacuum damage. Usually it's around 605, I think. But that 3 points never makes a difference at all. Unless you're using a way worse vacuum with good. Alright, let's do visitors, and then I'm gonna fight the eggs, and then we'll end stream. all of them. Right now I missed this one. Yeah. There we go. I just got to buy all of the stuff that I already have. That I should say that I do not already have. Why the hell would I buy two composts even if when I do already have it? That's just stupid, isn't it? Unless you're buying it for something else like plots, of course, or if you're stockpiling it for the visitors, then of course you want to buy more. But in my case, it would just be stupid to buy anything more than the ones I need. As I think that's everything. I don't think we did get anything from these visitors. Maybe this one, maybe this one. Last chance for the night from RNG, come on. And we get absolutely nothing as always. Yay! Alright, let's just buy the required mushroom blocks, of course, and then sell it to you. Now, what's the last thing? Oh yeah, I wanted to go find the eggs before logging off for the day, or the night, I should say. And we're stuck in the block, of course, because 400 pin. Let's just do that. Where are the Oh yeah, this one. I always get confused. It just goes into the roof because, of course, you don't expect the trail to just lead you into the middle of well, a rare rabbit, but it is a duplicate, so I do get 6.5 million chocolate instead. Okay, this one seems where is this one pointing? Oh, yeah, that's around the forge area, I think. Yeah, right there. The where is this one? Oh, it's here at the Great Ice Wall. Just obviously at the bridge to it, at Cliffside Mines, I should say. Right, that's one. Then just one more egg to find. What else is it? There it is. This one is always annoying because it's so difficult to teleport onto it with Escape Void or Escape, of course. Usually, uh, if the Wi-Fi is a bit better, then it's obviously way easier. But right now it's quite difficult. Yeah, that's it. Now I just got to do some chocolate factory upgrades. I'm not gonna listen to Sky if that's way too much effort. Just upgrade every one of them that has a star next to them. So what I'm just gonna do is upgrade time tower a bit and upgrade this just as I wanna. This one I can also upgrade once and then just max it here. Alright. Chocolate factory is done, the farming for the day is done. Our total profit today, minus of course bountiful reforged, is about 10 million coins. So with bountiful I'd say around 10.5 million coins. If you didn't know, with a max million setup, bountiful makes about 5% of your profit, maybe closer to 7% actually. But yeah, other than that, I do think that's about it for today. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll be ending stream now, and maybe tomorrow, if I do have time, I will